The great thing about Star Wars is when it allows people to create interesting theories about what happens afterwards. After watching the last episode of Rebels, I began to have this feeling that something is about to happen. Something is about to come forth. And I'm wanting to explain why this is possible. This is where I come to the warning that this is going to contain spoilers for Star Wars Rebels Twilight of the Apprentice. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch the rest of this video. Okay, that's good. Now let's begin. So when Ezra activates the ancient weapon with the holocron, we hear like a evil woman's voice. And when I heard this, I was thinking of only one Sith Lord, Kreia, also known as Darth Traya, from like the KOTOR series. Now, there is still a possibility of it being anyone else, but at the moment I'm just going to put my money on Darth Traya. Now for this video, let's just say that it's Darth Traya and that she's going to be in Season 3. How is she going to appear in Season 3 though? That's the big question, and I've got at least one answer that I can think of. There's likely a lot of other answers, but this one I'm going to particularly talk about. And I start off by explaining that what happens nearing the end of Twilight of the Apprentice. During the duel between the Vader and Tano, the temple explodes, letting out a lot of dark side energy. Vader leaves out alive, just limping away, while near the entrance of the temple, Tano is alive, as far as I know, and just basically unharmed, really, just as far as I can see. Now, this is where we come to my theory on what is possibly going to happen. It does not make any sense that she's basically going into what remains of this Sith temple. The rebels already have the holocron, which contains knowledge that they may want to keep away from the Emperor. I think, personally, that Darth Traya may have perhaps, during that explosion, placed herself into the body of Ahsoka Tano. Why do I think this? First of all, how much energy dispersed from that? Not all of that energy can just evaporate into thin air. It had to have gone somewhere as well, and that's where I think it's awakened something inside the temple that is of the physical realm, perhaps the essence of an ancient Sith Lord like Darth Traya, a Sith Lord that has bounded herself to like this temple and is waiting for something to awaken it. The problem with this part of the theory is that the Sith believe that once you die, you no longer exist. So there is no Force ghosts of a Sith. So in that case, maybe it's not her essence, but her mind. She created something that allows her mind to go into living individuals and ensures that she still exists even after death. But then comes the biggest question, why? Why would this Sith Lord want to live again? If you remember her Legends counterpart, providing, of course, they make her personality like Kreia from Legend, Darth Traya hates the Force. She hates it so much she was willing to kill herself to create a large echo that destroys all life. If this Darth Traya is like her counterpart, why would she do this? Why would she want to live? The answer could be that it was a backup in case her original plan, whatever it is, was foiled, and that she may have foreseen a chance to try again thousands of years later, drawing someone like Ezra to her holocron and activating the weapon. Isn't it sort of odd that only Ezra was actually lured to touching that obelisk, and actually him and Maul being the only ones capable of getting in and getting the holocron? It's as if it was prepared for people like him, as if it was expecting him to come into the temple and basically take the holocron. And now that this temple is basically ruined, Darth Traya may actually try to lure Ezra to the dark side herself, and perhaps even be more successful. Remember, Darth Traya knows which strings to pull. She is the sort of individual who can, in a way, reveal the person they truly are that they hide from everyone else, even themselves. And it's that sort of manipulation that I think could bring him fully to the dark side. Maul may have seeded it, and he may still try to make Ezra his apprentice, but Maul has already tried to do that, and because of his arrogance, he failed. He attempted to kill his master, and he tricked Ezra into actually activating the thing. The very machine that actually would destroy life. So, if there's anything I think about this, Ezra's not going to be happy to see him. That I know for sure. Traya, on the other hand, is more patient, and is very powerfully skilled in deception. Someone who is able to corrupt someone like Ezra. And now here we go to my final point before I finish. Why Ahsoka and not someone like Vader? Why is Ahsoka chosen? I think it comes from something that is said from Darth Traya in legend. There must always be a Darth Traya. One who holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in her heart, and who will betray in turn. Ahsoka has felt betrayal from the Council, the Republic, and of course her best friend Barriss, Ophi. She would be a more tempting host for Darth Traya, and she would use her until she was either find a more suitable host, or maybe by using Sith alchemy create a more suitable body for herself to prepare for her plan to destroy the Force. Because that's the point of Traya, really. It's not just betrayal, but also the destruction of the Force itself. And I believe, if anything, all things that she does is always to serve her own agenda. And that's all I really have. And I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if at all any of this actually happens. But again, it's only a theory, and anyone is actually as right as me, really, when it comes to this. Thank you for listening, and let me know what you think, because I would really like to hear it. Is it too far-fetched of a theory, or do you think there's any sort of possibility in it? This is Joshua Edley, and I'll see you later. Or that is...
May you experience the full nature and power of the dark side. There is no life after death, only nothing awaits you. You will die, and nothing.